Thank you. I'm R.T. Brown from the BDCC. I'm the Windham County Development Programs Project Manager. Thank you for coming to this event. I'm just here to be a shepherd. So the first role will be to introduce the lead principal with Long Falls Paperboard, Ben Rankin. He's going to say a few words, and then we'll go to Adam Grinold and then Governor Phil Scott. We really appreciate your being here once again. This was a wonderful project, and without further ado, Ben Rankin.
So thank you, RT. Thanks to the BDCC, first of all, and most of all, is the group that welcomed us with open arms, and when we wanted to go 100 miles an hour, they went 110. So we really appreciate the governor's visit today because it's a sign of respect for the people who have been working here, for many of them for decades, and respect for the work that they do every day and the importance of what they do. 12 weeks ago, Neenah announced that they were going to close this mill, and here we are with an open mill, and that's thanks to the people in this room. And so the governor's visit is giving us a chance to formally thank everybody. An enormous number of people put a lot of work into this to make it happen fast. And I'm going to take a little time to thank them, but first I do want to do a bit of an introduction to us. We are Long Falls Paperboard. We're 4 partners. The other 3 are sitting here in the front row. Mike Kaminga and Phil Farmer are both lifetime paper makers. Rich Normandin turns paper into packaging products with his company Northridge up in Quebec. We come from the Northwest, from the South, and from Canada, gathering here in Vermont with the intention of owning and operating this mill for years and decades to come. And we're very excited about the opportunity to do that. We feel that this mill is a wonderful asset. There's tremendous opportunity here. And when it was first presented to us on October 30th, we hardly believed that we could possibly buy it in the 2 months that Neenah gave us to get it closed. We hadn't been aware of the opportunity previously, so we came in cold. And it was the welcome that we were afforded by everybody and the support that we got from everybody that really got us here. I want to call out the steelworkers. The United Steelworkers actually got us here. They referred us to this opportunity. We had been working with them on another mill opportunity in the Northeast, and the steelworkers encouraged us to come and look at this mill. They opened the door for us at Neenah, and without them, this mill would not have stayed open. So we're very appreciative of that, and we hope that we can repay their trust in us by being good stewards of this and working to make sure that everybody here feels the dignity and fairness which we strive to bring to everything we do. So the success of this country has been built by generations of people who bring their hands, their hearts, and their minds every day to where they work. And this mill would not have stayed open if the 100+ people who were working here last year hadn't just forged on. Jim Cornell, Terry Byer, Ron Imig, and everybody else here worked very hard to keep this mill operating in very difficult circumstances with the emotional roller coaster of it's going to sell, it's going to close, it's going to sell, it's going to close. And they really deserve a lot of credit for making their own future, which is the future of continued employment and continued success here. Behind every successful entrepreneur is a great community. So it is the family of workers here at the mill, but it's particularly Adam Grinold and the BDCC who rallied this community behind our interest in the mill. Adam immediately connected us with all kinds of very important resources, with People's United Bank, with Green Mountain Power, with, in particular, a host of state resources. A wide variety of agencies jumped in, rapidly working over 2 months, including working hard over the holidays. Marie Dussault at VITA, Megan Sullivan at Veggie, John Young at the Vermont Training Program, the folks from Efficiency Vermont, a big team from the Vermont Department of Environmental Conservation who came, 7 or 8 of them came down and sat in the conference room and said, how can we help make this happen? How can we help transfer permits? And those of us who worked in heavy industry for a long time, our jaws were dropping because, you know, often there's a little bit of tension between the environmental conservation folks and the industrial leadership, and that has. I think we started off on a very good foot. We take our responsibility to environmental stewardship seriously, and so it was wonderful to have that kind of welcome from them. So. If it weren't for the work of all the people in this room, this building would now be empty with the lights off. There'd be a skeleton crew. There'd be scrappers in there scrapping out the equipment. And that was a very possible outcome. And so we are really grateful for the opportunity to lead the effort to make sure that that didn't happen now and that it didn't happen unnecessarily, because this is a wonderful asset and there's a wonderful workforce, and we're just really excited to be a part of that. And we thank you all for both the personal and the financial welcome that you've all given to us, and we will strive to live up to what we've been offered. So thank you.
Paper water bottles. Thank you, Ben. Good afternoon, everyone. It is really a pleasure to have the opportunity to be here today to thank you in public. Ben, Phil, Rich, Mike, you know, you saw something here, an opportunity. You saw a well-skilled, trained, dedicated workforce. You saw a well-maintained plant, well-equipped plant. Saw hopefully a community that was eager to embrace that, to help connect you with the local, the regional, state partners, the resources that allowed you to do what you've done. So thank you for seeing that through. Governor Scott, your administration, and specifically the Departments of Economic Development and Environmental Conservation, are top-notch. Many states say that they can act at the speed of business, but very few can deliver on that. In Vermont, with those 2 departments, they've proven that they can be the pace car any day of the year. And Deputy Commissioner from the Department of Economic Development is here. Brett, where are you? There he is, Brett. So Brett and his colleagues led a multifaceted economic development project through multiple government processes in record time. So Brett, thank you, and the work of your colleagues for everything you did. Governor, the team also, every one of them a professional, all dedicated to making their fellow Vermonters' day better than the last. Helped keep this project moving when it easily could have stalled. Megan Sullivan with the Vermont Employment Growth Incentive, known as the VEGGIE program. She was instrumental in developing an incentive program that allowed Long Falls Paperboard to make the ultimate decision to keep these operations going. The Vermont Training Program detailed their commitment to growing the skills of Vermont's workforce and that of Long Falls Paperboard, allowing for future innovations and expanded employment opportunities. The Vermont Community Development Program was ready to understand how it too might support this critical economic development project in partnership with the town of Brattleboro and the BDCC. Needed capital for this was provided by VITA and People's Bank, both organizations demonstrating an ability to serve the demands of a complex, fast-moving project with significant impact for the region's economy in record time. Along the way, the innovative and really critically important Green Mountain Power Economic Development Investment Program helped propel Long Falls to continue their due diligence. Efficiency Vermont, they showed up early and often, demonstrating their insights and commitment to supporting the necessary efficiencies and plant improvements for this project to move forward. Your Department of Environmental Conservation helped set the pace of business with frequent and collaborative communications on the challenges ahead, always looking to find the solutions, get over those challenges, and keep going. Trish Capolino and Sean Donovan and their colleagues at the department showed up in person, as we just heard about, to help make sure that every permit was in place or in process in record time. Hear a theme here. At the local level, I want to acknowledge and thank my colleagues at the BDCC who helped support this project, specifically R.T. Brown, the Director of Business and Community Development, and Bobby Kilburn, Director of Finance and Grant Management. R.T. and Bobby provided superb project management and kept the moving parts, coordinating the more than 15 different projects and programs all together and moving ahead. But most importantly, they provided the critical thought leadership throughout this ever-evolving, fast-moving project. So thank you both. Lastly, I want to thank the BDCC trustees for their steadfast commitment to the region's economy for the last 65 years. It's our 65th anniversary. Interestingly, the BDCC purchased the land where we are today 61 years ago as farmland with a vision for future industrial development, selling it a short few years later to the builders of this plant. So here we are, full circle, continuing to support job growth. So this public-private partnership has had a great pit crew. Everyone knowing the roles, executing perfectly to keep that car on the track. Locally, we lacked the important thing, and that's a driver. Governor, I'm sorry that was not you. It, of course, was Long Falls Paperboard. So Ben, Phil, Mike, Rich, you have the most important role. You know, without entrepreneurs who wake up every day having to risk their capital, having to innovate and grow the business, ready to make payroll every day, without you, we would not be here today. So again, thank you for that. And in closing, welcome again to Vermont, where we set the pace of business. So with that, I'd like to introduce Governor Phil Scott to the podium.
Thank you very much, Adam, and I really do appreciate the racing theme that you brought along because everything was done in record time here over the last 2 or 3 months. And you know, you're going to hear some of the same things that Adam had said, but it bears repeating because this is really important, because this is the way we can do things when we work together. I went for a tour right before coming up to the podium, and you can see why this place is so successful, because behind every success are the people. It really is about that. And you hear how many decades someone's been here. There was one woman, how many years, 43?
Yeah, 35.
Yeah, almost 35 years has been here, and others have been here decades, and that's what makes it successful. And it's the same with me. Whether it's been in racing or business or politics, it's all about the people you surround yourself with. And I can assure you, you know, and I know you know this now, but the people out there are what's going to make this successful. So first, I want to congratulate and thank all of those who were involved for your help in saving dozens of jobs, which we all know are so crucial to this greater Windham community. And I want to thank the Long Falls Paperboard owners. Thank you very much for being here, and the Brattleboro Development Credit Corp for having us today. We're here today to highlight that fast action and teamwork across state, local, and private partners. It turned the potential closure of this mill into an opportunity. One that not only saved the jobs, but which also will grow a skilled workforce in the years ahead. Just 3 months ago, as we heard, this community was facing the loss of 100 jobs. This is on the heels of Vermont Yankees closure. This would have been another devastating blow to this community. So bear with me as I want to share some of those details, because again, it's important to understand how this came all together. Because of a lot of hard work, preventing this from happening, so that we can stand here today to talk with you about how this happened. So that's why it's important to repeat. After hearing about the possibility of a closure, Adam and his team at Brattleboro Development Credit Corporation immediately met with the plant's former owners, and learned a successful sale by the end of 2018 was the only option, other than a complete closure for this operation to continue. So BDCC went right to work with Long Falls, who had expressed an interest in purchasing the facility. When it became clear the buyers can only complete the sale with the help from the state, our team brought together a number of resources to deal with brownfields, workforce incentives, workforce development, in order to keep the paper mill open and running and Vermonters working. The buyers went to work and secured a Vermont Employment Growth Incentive Award, or VEGI Award, of up to $1.2 million. And in addition, my team at the Department of Economic Development met with Long Falls about a potential Vermont Training Program grant to help upgrade the skills of the plant's workforce. Our Agency of Natural Resources assembled a team of 9 permit staffers to ensure the smooth transfer. In addition, they worked quickly to help assess the potential environmental liabilities of the facility. I want to give a huge thanks to them for that work. They share they get their share of criticism for holding up projects. That's been long the standard. So I want to thank, in particular, Trish. Is Trish here? Trish?
Trish is not here. No.
She is not here. Well, Trish, as I understand it, was the team leader and really shepherded this through so that we could get to where we are today. So as a result, BDCC will lease the property to Long Falls and take on the cleanup and mitigation work. We expect some of the funding will come from the State Brownfields Revolving Loan Fund, and as well, the Windham County Economic Development Program helped as well, including funding from the Energy and Vermont Yankee Agreement. So BDCC expects to repay that loan with a Community Development Block Grant Award, which is managed by the Vermont Department of Housing and Community Development. In addition, Long Falls was able to secure financing from the Vermont Economic Development Authority, VEDA, and on top of that, receive a grant from Efficiency Vermont to fund infrastructure upgrades. The town of Brattleboro came in to help make this project happen, as did the private sector with financing from People's United Bank and a grant from Green Mountain Power. So, as you can see, there was a lot of entities involved in a short period of time. It wasn't always easy, I'm sure, but this project really shows 2 things. First, how complicated the deal was, first of all, and second, how we could come together and get things done. It's just an example of how we can work together in order to accomplish great things. So this collaboration and innovative thinking really represents the Vermont way. Neighbors helping neighbors to keep communities and economies strong in times of their need. So as we work to grow the economy and support good jobs for Vermonters, we must not only attract new businesses to the region, which is important, but also ensure our current businesses can stay here. And if those businesses fall on hard times, we must be able to act swiftly with every tool we have in our economic toolbox to save jobs and train our workforce for the jobs that are needed. So again, I want to thank you, Long Falls, for investing in Vermont, and I want to thank all the public, private, state, and local agencies that supported this project along the way with a sense of urgency. And the urgency was so important. So I'm proud of all of you who had a hand in this, and I, again, thank you and welcome you to Vermont. So we appreciate it. Thank you. This was billed as one of my press conferences, so I'm not going to make you endure some of that. So what I'll do is I'll move off to the side for anyone who wants to ask me any questions about anything other than this. But if there are questions right now, are you willing to maybe?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Are you, does the press have any questions for any of the entities, the owners?
Yeah, I got my lead.
You're all set?
I'm not going to press here.
April?
But just, are there operations or the product changing at all within your ownership?
We are going to stay the course with the current set of customers, and we're going to add new customers to it because there's a lot of unused capacity here. One of them is sitting right here. One of our partners buys a lot of paper, but we're certainly going to continue using the specialized equipment here, which is very suitable for the customers that we already have.
Is it exclusively paperboard or?
Yes. Yes.
Any others? Well, again, I don't know who wraps this up. Probably not.
Thank you all for coming.
Right? That was easy, right?
There's food.
Yeah, and there's wonderful food over there.
Good with that?